Hi guys, welcome to a video cast from me, Aaron Hogue, and my son,
Raiden!
Raiden. So Raiden, how old are you?
8.
Don't tell me, tell them.
8.
8 years old,
Yeah.
and you have a birthday coming up pretty soon, right?
Yeah.
Excited about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you expect to do on your birthday?
Well, since it's on a Friday, I plan to do something fun with you guys.
Yeah, like play video games all day?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. So,
And have a 2 games on my birthday.
2 soccer games, yes. So that's kind of where we're going with this video cast. Raiden and I want to kind of talk on a weekly basis, hopefully, or at least a couple times a month, about upcoming things that we're looking forward to in movies and video games and anything related to that kind of stuff. As you can see, Raiden prepared us with all of his favorite Flash and Superman stuff, as well as, what's the guy's name? JD?
JD Phoenix.
JD Phoenix from Gears of War 4.
Yes.
Out now on the Xbox
One.
One. So, Raiden, let's get into a couple of hot topics right now. So, Tom Hardy. You know the actor Tom Hardy?
I think I might.
Okay. He was Bane in The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, yeah.
He's been in several other movies. Inception, right?
Yeah.
That's a good movie. Well, apparently, Tom Hardy is posting a lot of stuff on Twitter, on his Twitter right now, in regards to his role in Venom.
He
Yes.
might be Venom, the new Venom.
Yes, Tom Hardy is set to play Venom, and it's pretty exciting. I guess he's putting out something just recently, a picture that looks as though Venom might be a wrap as far as filming goes. So that's exciting because everybody knows once you get done with a movie, everything's good to go. So, yeah. What do you think about Venom? Is it going to be a good movie? Is it going to be kind of an okay movie?
I think that it's gonna be a really good movie in regards to having like Venom only movie or what Venom does.
Right. So we got done watching SpiderMan Homecoming last night. That was the first time we've seen it. We didn't go see it in the theaters, but that's okay. I thought it was a good movie, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that they talked about was that there's a chance Tom Holland might be in the Venom movie as Peter Parker and not as Spider-Man himself. So there'd still be a way to kind of interweave the Spider-Man lore into the Venom, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of exciting. It's a prospect. It's kind of a far-fetched one right now, but it still could come into fruition. So what are you hoping to see in Venom?
I hope to see that Venom is like. I hope to see like really good pieces that Venom does, destroys, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Are you hoping that it's going to be Venom as the symbiote Venom, or almost like the outfit, the armor Venom, where he's more of a soldier with the armor on it?
It is the first one when he can change.
Yeah, the symbiote.
Yeah.
Venom. So,
yeah.
The character gets, it's the space goo that comes down and attaches to its host, and then it kind of takes over the host, and whatever their feelings are, that's the reason why you do that. So did you know that Spider-Man was the first to interact with the Venom symbiote?
Really?
Yeah. So at one point, Spider-Man somehow gets that space goo on him, and he winds up having it cover his suit, and he has a black suit. Incredible, right? Pretty cool.
So what do you want to talk about now?
Well, I guess we're transitioning out of that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's a good question. We've got all sorts of things. Do you have an idea of what we should talk about next?
Let's talk about the DC universe.
All right, let's talk about the DC universe. So what would you like to talk about with the DC universe?
What is their next movie plans?
Well, the next one is Aquaman.
Okay.
And that one takes place, I think, in December of 2018, so this year. So that's exciting. We also have the Wonder Woman coming down at some point. We have Flashpoint. Did you know that they're making Flashpoint?
Is it? Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
So what are you excited about? Excited about Aquaman?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can keep talking. It's okay.
I'm trying to figure out what I want to say.
Okay. Well, take your time.
So we saw Aquaman in the.
Okay. So let's try to get back on point here. So we've got Aquaman.
Yeah.
You still have Shazam.
Yep.
That's scheduled for release April 2019. Okay.
Okay.
You have Wonder Woman 2.
Oh snap!
Oh snap! Yeah. Pretty exciting, huh?
Yeah, we already saw Wonder Woman 1.
You have Flash in Flashpoint.
Okay.
And if you guys don't know what Flashpoint is, I strongly suggest that you come and look at that. They've actually made an animated animated movie about it.
Yeah.
But it's a great graphic novel. Samaya's here. Would you like to just pop in since you're hitting our screens and everything? Come on in.
Come on in. Let's go.
Okay, why don't you get on that side of Raiden?
Oh.
You can just squat. So there's Samaya. Samaya's the older sister of Raiden. Samaya, what are you excited about? Wonder Woman 2?
Yeah.
So Patty Jenkins is going to be directing again. Gal Gadot obviously will be back as Wonder Woman. We've got Flashpoint. They still have yet to determine when that's going to be out. It's still kind of in development. Suicide Squad 2 is
Excited for that one,
still out there. The Batman. So the Batman is the solo movie that originally Ben Affleck was going to direct and star in. And now the rumor is that he may not be in either of those. Matt Reeves, has signed on to direct. And Affleck has kind of hinted that he would like a kind of a way out of playing Batman. So we may get another Batman at some point.
What?
And Jake Gyllenhaal is the one who's supposedly the next on the list. So that'd be kind of cool.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
What's so good though?
So it sounds like there's a Batgirl movie that they'll have in development too. Joss Whedon is scheduled to direct that. He obviously, of course, is the guy who took over for Zack Snyder when Justice League had some issues with Zack needing to be away from the movie, and so he took over, and we'll get into that in just a second. Green Lantern Corps.
It sounds like Green Lantern and his buddies.
Yep. So that one, they've talked about it being kind of like a Lethal Weapon in space, and obviously you guys are way too young to know what Lethal Weapon is, but from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, you know kind of what Lethal Weapon is. So it's kind of a buddy cop film, and so they're hoping to do that on the big screen with the Green Lantern guys, Hal Jordan, and hopefully Jonathan Stewart. Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart.
Yeah. So they also still really want to ship the Joker and Harley Quinn, the movie. Obviously, yeah. Jared Leto and Margot Robbie. Nightwing could be out there. That's still a long ways out. The Joker origin story, which is going to be directed by Todd Phillips. And the rumor is that possibly Leonardo DiCaprio could be the guy playing the Joker.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. Justice League Dark.
Oh.
Yeah. Constantine. You have a chance to see Deadman. Swamp Thing could finally resurface. When I was a little kid, Swamp Thing was in the movies, so that was pretty exciting.
Wait, what?
Swamp Thing?
Yeah, I know Swamp Thing, but why did he not resurface?
Well, he hasn't been in movies for 20, 30 years now.
Oh.
He had a couple of movies, actually. So.
Okay.
Gotham City Sirens. This one keeps getting kicked around, but as far as we know, it's still out there, still something that's being developed.
I want Sirens.
Yep, Man of Steel, the sequel.
Oh.
Technically, there hasn't been a Man of Steel 2, but there has been.
Sequel? What's a sequel?
Deathstroke movie. We'll see if that ever happens. And then, of course, Black Adam with The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
He'll have his own movie.
Yes.
Lobo could be out there. He's
yeah.
kind of the space cowboy guy. Cyborg could still have his own movie. Of course, this is just this is all speculation. After a couple of the ones we mentioned earlier on, Collider reports all this. So if you have any questions, you can always go to the Collider page. So let's talk a little bit, since it's been a long time, but it is actually still coming out fairly soon. Let's talk about what you guys thought about Justice League movie.
Ooh.
So, what you guys think about the Justice League movie?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. Like, it was a good movie. If you haven't seen it, you should go see it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, what, without spoiling anything, what were you kind of the things that you liked in Justice League?
I liked that it had like action and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah. That's all the good trademarks of a really good action movie is action. Yeah.
Like, if you've seen the trailer and stuff for it, and if you've seen other parts of it, I like that Wonder Woman's in it, because there's not a lot of movies where they have female people, females who are the main people.
Sure.
They're usually in the back or something.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and really in Justice League, I felt like she was kind of.
I think she was the leader.
She was the leader. It seemed
Yeah.
like she was kind of the one that was in control, and that's good. So, it's really exciting to think that they're going to come out with another movie where she's the one at the forefront. What are you doing?
I'm doing nothing. I'm just here.
And Maya, you are stealing the show from Raiden. He's barely visible now.
I know. Oh.
There we go. I'm sure there's a chair. There's a chair right there.
I know.
You can go around and
I'm
put it in
fine,
here.
I'm
Okay.
fine.
So yeah, but we talked earlier about SpiderMan Homecoming.
Yeah.
How that was pretty
With
good.
Venom.
Venom. Yeah, Venom could be coming.
Movie.
Yeah. Spider-Man probably won't be in the Venom movie, but Peter Parker might.
Yeah.
That's right. So, what did you guys not like about Justice League? Did you guys? I mean, you guys are kids, so obviously, with parents or adults find ways to nitpick everything. They look at it from a critical perspective. As kids, was Justice League fine?
Yeah.
I think it was, but I think that there were many chances in the movie where they could have done something different, with the villain. Because
Yeah. What didn't you like about Steppenwolf or the Parademons?
they were just
Spoiler.
Well, if you haven't seen it, Steppenwolf is the main villain. The Parademons are his minions, and they come to Earth.
Yeah.
I just don't think that
That's
there
not really a
was-
spoiler alert. Bear.
Okay.
I just don't think that with it there was much of them actually fighting them. There was little parts of it, but in the big thing it was probably only 5 minutes
Yeah.
of them fighting, and the rest of the movie was just like them. I mean, like, it's good to have just them, but
yeah. So if you had the opportunity, if you guys were the ones in control of DC Comics, the movies part, so the DC extended universe, cinematic universe, obviously you can't go back in time, but what do you do now? Because it seems like, so number one, they just got done pretty much shuffling everything up. So people that used to be there that were in control are gone now. And let's say today they decided to, where are you going?
I'm just standing up.
Okay, why are we all standing up? Should we all stand up?
no.
No. Why don't you sit down here? Why don't you sit here, and Raiden, you can stand next to her now, okay?
Okay.
We're doing a switcheroo. Sorry about that. Okay. So they said from this moment on, Samaya is in control of the DC cinematic universe. What's the first thing you do?
I think the first thing that I would do would be to, like, have different people on the set kind of, like, do their own thing and then come together so that we can see, like, as a group what it looks like. And if there's something that, like, we don't like and we want to change it, then we can each, like, say something about it. Because I feel when we do the villain part, you kind of have to, like, I feel, be hooked on it a little more.
Okay, so let's talk about characters themselves. So we obviously, without spoiling things, know what's happening in Justice League, right?
Yeah.
From Batman, Superman, all that stuff, right?
Yeah. I feel like they should add more people to it.
Well, add more people. What? Add more side characters. Add more main characters. Add more villains. What are you adding?
I would add, because, like, if you're gonna add side characters to it, like, if, let's say you added, like, since Cyborg is a part of, like, the Teen Titans, if you brought in, like, someone else on there, like Robin or, like, Starfire or Raven or one of them, or Beast Boy, you could have some of them and then, like, another group and have them come in. And then because you've added more side characters, you should add more villains to it, because then there's more action in it.
Right. But what happens typically when you add more people?
It gets longer.
It gets longer, and there's less character development, right?
Right.
And so one of the things that's really killing DC, I think, right now is that you have all these amazing characters, and you don't know a single thing about them.
Then you need to. Oh, I feel like
Suicide Squad. You barely knew anything about Diablo.
You didn't know, like, much
you
about
didn't know
Katana.
anything, and they didn't really go into Killer Croc. But you don't have time to in 2 hours.
I feel that you should make, before you add characters and stuff, you need to make, like, a movie about them first, because that way.
So that's what Marvel does. That's right. Marvel's blueprint, and I think that's what a lot of people find interesting about Marvel.
That's why I like that one,
right.
Because with
right, and so that's the thing is I think what you're trying to get at is they need to introduce more characters, but they need to stop doing it through an ensemble cast.
Because
the problem is that they've had 2 Justice Leagues pretty much already so far, because Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
You got Batman,
Superman,
and Wonder Woman, right?
Yep.
And then you still had Zod. You
had
technically
Doomsday.
introduced Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's one of those things where, they really could have done a better job, I think, of just kind of slowing it down. That's okay. I know they did it that way.
I know on the Justice League movie, they had basically 1 10-ish minute part for Cyborg.
Right.
And they already had a full movie for Wonder Woman, which is fine. They had a full movie for Batman and Superman. But then, like, Flash, he had like about the same amount of time for like Cyborg did, and so I almost feel like they needed to kind of do what Marvel does, where they have the movie before, because they only showed like I guess in a way the main parts, but you don't like completely understand like how exactly it happened like that.
So the other thing too that I think is something that they need to remedy is they keep shooting all of this great footage, and then they don't use it at all. So one of the things that Jared Leto really was concerned about was he claims back when Suicide Squad was out that he shot almost a full movie for Suicide Squad, and they used 10 minutes of his footage.
Yeah.
And so somewhere out there, there's all this footage that should have been used that never got used, and now because things went so poorly in the eyes of the critics and everything, that stuff will never be used again, or might never be used again, or if it is, it'll be used years from now as like throwbacks, like dream sequences or memory sequences in another movie. So it's kind of unfortunate they may never use that stuff. But Are you getting tired?
No.
Should we wrap this?
No.
For one time? Because we've been going for over 20 minutes. So, I think it's a good place to stop, right? We got through our first one.
No, I think we should go for a little bit longer.
I think for the next, like, if they make an actual like Flash movie, they need to use Flash, obviously, because Flash is Flash, and then they need to use Reverse Flash in it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if they do that, then they're gonna get more people like to want to watch.
So
it.
Flash, the movie, is going to be Flashpoint.
Oh.
And Flashpoint, the story itself is amazing. For anybody who doesn't know what Flashpoint is, basically the Flash somehow inadvertently, if I remember this correctly, stop doing that. You're clicking, you're hitting the microphone. The Flash movie, Flashpoint, Flash inadvertently alters time, the timeline.
Right.
And one of the main things is along with his own storyline and his mom, I mean, everybody who ever watches Flash knows that the reason why he became the Flash was pretty much to try to save his mom, go back in time and save his mom.
Yeah.
Well, he alters the timeline so much that not only was his mom saved, she's still alive in a different timeline or a different, and
paradox.
Batman is Batman, but Batman is not Bruce Wayne.
What?
So that's a good. I mean, it's awesome. So hopefully they'll do that right, and they'll make sure that everything turns out the way that it's supposed to.
I think that if they do it right, then they're gonna make, number one, a lot of money on it, and they'll be able to make another Flash movie.
Sure.
Because there's movies that they've made that they've only made like one movie about it because it didn't do well.
Yeah. But then again, when you say $500 million isn't doing well, is that really not doing well? If someone handed me $500 million and said you did a terrible job, I'd take that $500 million.
Yeah, but like, they're... okay, so the reason why they're not doing well is because they've put out other movies that make like $1 billion or something.
Sure, Star Wars franchise makes $1 billion, right?
Per movie?
Some of them, I mean, after all is said and done with inflation, I think they said that like A New Hope and Empire Strike Back, after everything's been said and done, made $1 billion. So yeah. So there are $1 billion franchises out there. I think just, in general, but hey, they're still working on it. They're still trying to get it right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, do you guys have anything else you'd like to talk about?
I do.
What do you got?
We should talk about games, video games.
Okay, what video games?
We'll
make it quick. Rapid fire, Raiden's video game segment.
Gears of War 1, 2, 3, and 4.
What's your
Okay.
favorite one out of those?
4.
Why? Without spoiling.
It's just awesome.
Is there
Yes.
more people and more options?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool guns.
Yeah, cool guns.
And he likes playing online, which is new for him. Although we don't let people talk to us while we play online. 'Cause there's a lot of jerks out there.
JD. I will saw you in half.
All right. So we've kind of gone off the rails.
Yes, I did.
So you guys both have birthdays coming up pretty soon.
Yes, I do.
And
How old are you going to be, Samaya?
13.
The big one, 3. So
9.
9. All right. Well, did you guys have fun for the first one?
Yeah.
Our yet to be titled show.
Bye.
Bye.
Smile. You
And there she goes, everyone.
Go watch Law and Order.
Fine.
All right. You're still with me
Yeah.
to the bitter end. So we haven't found a good name for this yet, but we had fun doing it. Hopefully you guys had fun watching. We'll try to get the. I know we've got a lot of crazy stuff going on behind us. Green screen's probably going to have to be tweaked a little bit, but hey, it's a free show. We're doing it all for free, and you got almost 30 minutes out of us, so you shouldn't complain. Right?
Almost half an hour.
That's right. So get off my back. I'm trying the best I can. Right, Bear? Yeah, we'll do better next time. So until next time, I'm Aaron.
Adios, amigos.
Who are you?
I'm Raiden.
Okay, adios,
Adios,
amigos.
amigos.
De nada.
De nada.
Whatever that means.
I'm pretty sure that means delicious.
Oh, okay. Bye-bye.